everyone, my name is Damien from DKBrickStudios, and today we'll be taking a look at my RAIDER ATST from Star Wars The Mandalorian. So before we get started, let's let that intro roll and we'll get started with this, shall we? Alrighty, so here we are, and here she is, my RAIDER ATST. You may have noticed real quickly with the MOC Spotlights, I've done a new intro for these. I really like how these new intros have come out. They're actually kind of cool. Just to kind of toot my horn a bit, but, you know, I digress. So here is the RAIDER ST as seen in chapter, if I'm not mistaken, chapter 5 of The Mandalorian. I could be wrong, it could be chapter 4. No, yeah, it is chapter 4, because chapter 5 was on Tatooine. Yeah, so in chapter 4. And I really, just as a general design of how I built the ATST, it is a beautifully done design. We're going to go back to the ATST design for episode 6. And I am so going to be redoing that, because this is such a improvement over it. Oh my god, this is so nice. You can just see how this is a leg up over it. I just love how beautiful this thing looks. Well, how good it is. I mean, I don't know if I would, beautiful could be a way you could say it. Let me turn this off. Step view off, because they don't need step view on. We don't. Let's get close in on the details here. We got some nice detailing here. We've got the brown and red colored legs, differently colored legs, as is accurate. I used the Lego model to help kind of get an idea, because it's very dark, the scene. The scene is very, the shots that this was in is very dark, although I knew exactly what this was because of, you know, the Lego set, but hey, I really liked it. But I was like, hey, I know what set this is, I have it, and yeah, it actually came out really nicely. We've got ratchet joints here, here, and here. We have a Technic pin holding all that into place. Well, let me actually pull this bit out here, so let's get in on it. It is a Technic pin 3L with the Technic Plus and the little Technic, what is this thing called? Friction ridge, I don't know. But we've got the Technic pin with the two different types of connectors, so, you know, to kind of help give it that movement. As you would expect for an ATST. Let's kind of get a bit closer on the leg. Let's kind of get, you can see we have like the white detailing that's along here. Just some brown down here as well. Brown for the mechanism up here. I would have tried to have done it. I forget if that's actually accurate to the model, but if it isn't, then, you know, I did my best I could. These probably need to be a bit angled like downward, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. This is a spacer. This is technically a spacer, but it's also for decoration, not decoration, but for, you know, detail. Although, the only thing with this bit is it does rotate with this assembly right here. So, that's the only downside to it, but it comes together nicely. It works really well, and I do like how that came out. Here's the back of the hips of the ATST, I would guess you would say. I don't know what you would call this section here of the ATST. Off the top of my head, we've got some gray, we've got some brown. The neck into the cockpit, which is nicely detailed, really sells that modified look. Honestly, we've got the chin mount, we got the chin guns, the rocket launcher, and the dual cannons as well. We got a visor right there, which looks really nice. We got the little windows that are above it, the hatch, and some details on the back, which look real nice as well. So here she is, and I really like how she came out. She looks really beautiful. And yes, you may be wondering, does she have posability? She has posability. You can pose her any way you'd like. So, let's do the legs first, and then we'll do the head and all of her weaponry. So, ignore that. So, starting up here, we have... No, wait, I think I want to click here. Yeah, so, the leg can go that far up, that far forward, although you don't really need to go that far forward. And as I mentioned earlier, you see, as you can see, that 3 long bar. I'm trying to get a good angle of this here. As you can see, that 3 long bar is hindered by it's supposed to stay, although it is moving. Ignore that as well. Is moving as well with the entire assembly. So there is that. So you do want to take note of that. So, you don't want to go too crazy with this because, otherwise it might look weird that this is like, well, I mean, that just looks weird. But, having it all the way up here kind of looks a little weird as well. I mean, that could be plausible, but again, So that is something you do want to keep note about. We do have a joint at the top of the leg. Let me get a better view, get back view of this, which can go pretty much all the way that far out, which is unnecessary, but it is there if needed. And again, all this is the same on the opposite side, on the other leg, so it's not like I made one better than the other. The lower leg goes up that far, can go back this far, and the foot can go up that far and can go back that far. It can go down that far. So you can get some good posability out of it. There is no ankle tiltage on this, unfortunately, although, of course, there's no tilting on the leg, of course, so, hey. And like I said earlier, this leg is completely the same. It has the same articulation as this side. Now, the head, if I'm not mistaken, it's this brick that... Yes, so... The head can do almost a full 360, but, hey, it's got some good articulation. Let's get a good top view here. So yeah, you can see how far it goes. Although I'm sure if we were to move the guns, if I were to move a gun up, yeah, it can go farther if you have the guns up. So, speaking of the guns, this would be the same for both sides. They can go down this far, and they can go up that far. You don't want them going... They can't... Yours can't do that, no. That's impossible. That's illegal. So, the grenade launcher over here can do a full 360 unimpeded. Good for blasting Imperial scum. Same with this gun as well. It can do a full 360 as well. And, yeah. That's the Walker from, Chapter 4 of The Mandalorian. Really like this really like how this model came out. It is a really well done model. I am a huge fan of how this thing came out. I really don't know what else to say about this thing. This thing, honestly, is really cool. This ATST design is going to be the future ATST design for sure. When we get to episode 6, I know for sure there's the ATST in Star Wars, so we're going to use that, and we're going to use this as a basis for all the other ATST, like, walkers, like the ATDP, I believe it is one. And, yeah, we'll be using this as a guide for more walkers. So, yeah. Without further ado, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, this one's a little longer than normal, folks. But I mean, again, there's a lot to cover in this. You know, we got a lot to cover in these MOC Spotlights. You know, you can't just cram everything in one set into what's normally 5 seconds, 5 minutes. So, you know, hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoy making it for you guys. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications. Check my friends on Ryan's link to that in the description down below. As always, also comment down below what you would like to see in the future. From what I've heard, commenting actually helps boost me in the algorithm. So comment down below, even what you think of this model. Liking helps, can help as well, but commenting does the best from what I've heard. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe, turn notifications so you don't miss out on when I upload, because you know there might be times when I disappear because of college, but you know I'll try not to, but you know, hey, it's just life. But yeah. It's the social, subscribe, star, Patreon. I might add Patreon down there as well, just because fork it, why not? Do it in sources of income. And yeah, this is Danny from DKBrickStudios, signing off from Remember the Force, and the Force with others, because always, and I'll see you all in the next video. Chasing the dark from the night. Trust in your feelings and find a new hope. Take your best shot and let go.